think it's time to build another house in Minecraft. But I'm not using any typical house template, no. I will be using a character from pop culture as my frame. Yes, that's right. You've seen the thumbnail, you read the title. Today we are answering the question, what if we take Mario and copy him over here?
Mamma mia!
Meet my twin Marios. This little fella right here is going to be transformed into a house. A house shaped like Mario.
First things first, let's get out the materials.
Mangrove planks. I think they're red. Then I'll probably use birch for his skin, pale for his gloves, and warped for his overalls, bamboo for his buttons, dark for his shoes. Alright, well first we're going to start with his hat. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to reshape his hat into being like a roof. So it's going to come to a point up at the top here. First, I'm going to retransform the brim of his hat. There we go. You can see that Mario's hat, the brim of his hat is now like a porch area. And this big opening of the emblem of his hat will be like the door. Alright, so now I'd say it's about time to actually plan out the shape of the top of this house. Alright, then there's kind of like a frame. I know it might look a little goofy now, but just stick with me here. Okay, now the same frame is on the back, so it's going to go with the same shape as the hat, where it goes like there, and then it starts going down. If it doesn't make sense, it will when you see it in 1 second. Okay, that took like an hour. Now I'm going to do something with this little emblem. The emblem. So something like that is like a type of door opening thing. So for the head's kind of round, but I actually want it to be a square, right? So what Mr. Slurpo is going to do is I'm going to make a square type of shape, but I got to figure out where, right? Okay, I want the front block to be the same as this block here. Now the side blocks, that's the question. I think it should be right here. Okay, now we know how far it is. Actually, I'm going to move this whole thing one back. Okay, then I'll go all the way up to the roof. Now how far back? Okay, now his skin is going to be made out of birch, right? Okay, we'll do that for now. I'll change the colors after. And that goes up to there. Okay, and that's like a basic shape, right? Okay, the hard part is trying to get the textures on the wood. Now for the eyeballs, right, I was thinking stained glass, okay? What is tinted glass? So there's black stain and now they have tinted glass? What is it? Huh? Whoa, that's cool. Alright, there we go. So see, the eye is like a window, right? Because you know what they say about eyes, right? The eye is the window into the soul. Okay, so this eye is the window into the Mario house, right? Okay, those are the eyes. Now I just gotta transfer the sandstone and stuff into wood. Okay, now you can kind of see how he looks like a house. Alright, now I just gotta do his nose. Alright, there's his nose. That took way too long. Okay, now it's time to do the sides and the back. Alright, and that should be the head. Just a giant house. Well, I guess I still have to do that, actually. Alright, now we're good. Well, I mean, I guess I would also have a door here. Alright, pretty cool. There's the side and the back. Oh yeah, I'd have to put a door here too. There you go. Yes, this is his head. Done. I mean, honestly, that could be a house in itself. But now I just gotta turn his body into a house. Alright, so here's the square that that's gonna be like his torso. So now I just gotta clear out the middle and then fill it in with the blue. Alright, here's the torso. So there's the front with like the buttons and stuff. Then the arms are kind of in the way, but you can see goes there. And there's the back. But as you can see, there's a big hole right there. So I gotta do the bottom of his head and add his neck. Alright, here is the neck. It's kind of dark. Kind of looks like a Lego. But yeah, now we just need the arms and legs and then we're good to go. Okay, so for the arms, right, I think I'm going to make his hands like little houses. And then the arms will be like a hallway between the torso and the hands. The thing that sucks about the arms is that I pretty much have to do this twice. Once I'm done with that, I have to copy everything over there. The legs, technically I do, but they're like right next to each other, so it's not as much of a big deal. But this is kind of a pain. Okay, so here we have like this white wooden box that's supposed to be the hand, right? So now I think I'm gonna build like a roof, kind of like how I did with like the hat. I'm gonna do that here. Alright, there you go. So you have like a little like house here, and that's his hand. I'm gonna take the mangrove planks and build an arm from the shoulder down to his hand. Alright, there we go, there's the arm. I think that looks pretty cool. Now I pretty much just have to take this and do it on the other side, and yeah. Now I'm gonna add details to them later and stuff, don't get me wrong, but look at that, if you look at it from the legs up, it's a house. But yes, that means I still have to do the legs. Okay guys, so my girlfriend's gonna help me out a little bit. We're in the final stretch and we're just kind of wrapping stuff up now. But she's gonna be Santa's and Slurpo's little helper today, just so that we can wrap this up real quick because this is taking me a lot of hours. So right now what we have to do is the legs. I'm going to build a square. Okay, now that we have these squares of the warped wood, it's time to break the legs underneath. Alright, now that all that's broken, we can construct the legs. It's time to do Mario's shoes and feet. So how we're gonna do this, we're gonna take this and go down. I'm gonna just build a square. Okay, now we have the shoes. Now you might think that we're fully finished now, and we're close, but I want to add some more details before we are done to make it more house-like. Now, something about this house is I don't really think of it as one house. I'm starting to kind of think of it as more like an apartment complex or something like that because it's pretty big. So I'm gonna add doors to all the different like what I would imagine to be apartments, right? And then things like that. First, we're gonna start with his gloves. So how I would think of the apartments is like probably one person would just live in his whole head, then the other one would live in his hat, and there'd probably be like 2 people in his torso, 1 person in each leg, then 1 person in each arm. Because his hands are pretty much just full houses, right? So let's entertain this idea. Okay, now that we have that on the gloves, they actually look like houses now, right? So for Mario's feet, all I can really think to add are just doors, really, right? You know what, now that I think about it, I could also add little, like how I did with this on the side, I could add like the logs on the sides. Alright everybody, here it is. So I added lights and doors and stairs and ladders and chimneys and a whole bunch of details like frames and stuff. So as you can see here, there's trapdoors right there and ladders, and there's doors in the feet, doors for each of the hands, a giant window in the nose, and then chimneys because when it gets cold outside, right? And yes guys, so guys, this build took me about 6 hours, and it's Super Mario as a big house, or like I guess like a mansion, I guess, or like an apartment complex or something. But guys, let me know if you would live in this house, and comment down below what else I should make. But wait! Before you click off the video, I have a little bonus build for you guys. Not really, I'm just fixing something. When I was editing my last video, I noticed that I messed up Luigi's hat right here. So, just these 3 blocks right here should be like that. And there you go. But okay guys, so as you can see from afar here, we have House Mario meet Real Mario. But yes guys, I hope you guys liked the video. Let me know what else I should build in my Minecraft world. I'll see you guys in the next video. Feliz Navidad everybody.
Feliz Navidad.